الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. My elders, my brothers in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Firstly, I would like to thank the chairman of the Senior Citizen Group and his treasurer Riaz Nur Muhammad for having accorded me this opportunity to say some few words on how to go about our lives after having trained our souls in the holy month and now to implement in the next 11 months. We tried our best to pray in time, to fast. We refrained ourselves so much from committing sins, being the holy month of Ramadan, and we know its benefit. We did all these things. We read the Quran like never before. In the month of Ramadan, we read Quran more. We did everything. We read du'as. We confessed to Allah that yes, we have been very ungrateful. I remember one dua in one line in dua iftitah whereby it says, "Falam ara mawlan kariman asbara ala abdil la'im minka alayya." I have not seen a more generous master, patient with a wretched slave than you are with me. Ya Rabbi, innaka tad'uni fa'uwalli an wa tatahabbaru ilayya fa'atabaghadu ilayk. You call me, I turn away from you. You show affection to me, and I show hatred towards you. All this we recited in the month of Ramadan. We did so many things. But are we to live the month of what we did in the month of Ramadan there only, or are we to continue forward and change ourselves, bring a revolution in us to the sins that we were committing 11 months before the month of Ramadan? And now what? Are we going to return back to the same? There's a question asked. Shaitan was imprisoned, but now he is free. But who does imprison Shaitan? Who is imprisoning Shaitan? This has to be seen. And I have chosen the last khutbah in the month of Shaban on the last Friday, where the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam gave a very profound khutbah. In this khutbah, he gave a lot of advice. He gave the merits of the month of Ramadan, the advantages of the month of Ramadan. But I want you to ponder over the last part of the khutbah, where the Prophet chose to advise you, and then he tells you to pray to Allah. Surprisingly, the whole khutbah is advice. The whole khutbah is the merits and advantages and the good things that happen in the month of Ramadan. But the last portion is very important that we should ponder over this. He says, Ayyuhan nas, O people, indeed, during this month, the doors of heaven are open. Now he says, pray. Therefore ask Allah not to close them for you. Again he goes and says, the doors of hell are closed, ayyuhan nas. So ask Allah to keep them closed for you. During this month, Shaitan is imprisoned. This is my topic now today. Shaitan is imprisoned. So ask your Lord not to let him have power over you, not to become a ghalib on you. But the question is, who imprisons Shaitan? Is it Allah? It doesn't go into my head. If Allah imprisoned Shaitan in the month of Ramadan, and then after Ramadan he opens him so that he comes back to us, and many of us would get into this trap, I don't think so. On the first day, when Shaitan refused to do prostration in front of Adam, Allah told him, فَخْرُجْ مِنْهَا إِنَّكَ رَجِيمٌ. Go, you are out from here. Allama Rashid Turabi says, Jao tum randa-e bargah ho gaya. So, when he checked him out, Shaitan came back and said, Ya Allah, I prostrated for 7,000 years. I need a reward. I want to Allah, He told him, ask, what do you want? And he said, that first of all, give me life to the end of time, and then I will disturb your mankind, I will disturb them. Then Allah told him, those who are with me, you will not be able to get him. But those who will be with you, I will all put you into Jahannam. So Shaitan, then Allah did not tell him that, oh Shaitan, wait, you can go and disturb them, but in the month of Ramadan, I am not going to give you that chance for 30 days. No, Allah does not say that. So who is imprisoning Shaitan? It is we ourselves who imprison Shaitan in the month of Ramadan, and come Shawwal, we open the door for him, because we are back to our normal that we were in the 11 months. Nobody is looking Shaitan. It is you yourself who is looking Shaitan, and then opening for him the door, that he becomes ghalib on you. That's why the Prophet said, pray to Allah so that he does not become ghalib on you. So this is the imprisonment of Shaitan. Allah does not imprison him. Salawat. After the completion of the khutbah, Imam Ali stood and said, Ya Rasulullah, what is the best deed in this month that somebody can do? The best deed. The Prophet did not say that you pray Salatul Layl. The Prophet did not say that you recite Quran, though all these things are very important in the month of Ramadan. The Prophet did not say give charity. But the Prophet said, refrain from the bad deeds, refrain from the deeds which are forbidden by Allah. That was the utmost, the most important thing that the Prophet said. So, all these things he did not say, he just said that you refrain from sins, you refrain from committing those deeds which have been forbidden by Allah. So, now, the month of Ramadan was a period of training yourself. But the actual examination is now, the 11th month. That what you achieved in that month, are you taking it forward? Or you are there at where you were 11 months before? Most of us, many of us, I would not say most of us, many of us come the month of Shawwal and they are back to the same things. The Quran goes on the shelves with a lot of dust on it, does not see the Quran again, does not touch, does not read the Quran again. That's all. Till the next year. Who has seen next year? We have got a life example. A person who came 30 days in the morning for prayers, sitting with me. We used to discuss, he was a very good friend of mine. 30 days he came for darsa, reciting Quran. When I won the shield this time in the Quran darsa, he came and congratulated me 4 times. And I was shocked as to what has happened to Mustafa. He has come, he came once He came and he was the most happiest that I could see. And he told me, Shabbir, you deserved this shield. I'm very happy that you have got it. Believe that. In the morning when we met on that day, on the other day, the next day, he again congratulated me, and this is the 5th time. And I said, I don't know what's happened to this guy. He is extremely happy to see that I have got this shield. This was Mustafa. 14 days after the month of Ramadan, he leaves us and goes away. Maybe Allah, he had done so much of deeds. And here Allah said, I'm calling you back. Maybe this is our thoughts. That I'm calling you back, Mustafa, so that you do not make mistakes. And I'm taking you because I want you to come. So maybe he is enjoying. If you go and ask him now, then Mustafa, you want to come back to this world, he will tell you no. What I have seen is enough for me. I don't want to come back to this world. So this was Mustafa. If we say that we are going to live next Ramadan, there is nobody who knows how long he is going to live. Maybe you won't see even near to the Ramadan. So, my brothers and my Huzur, please do not leave the Quran. The Quran is a miracle. Believe me, I have experienced myself. I read Quran, I'm not boasting. I'm telling you this. I read Quran in the morning. I read Quran in the evening. And after the month of Ramadan, maybe I'm talking this, it might inspire somebody here. I'm not boasting. After the month of Ramadan, I decided one thing, and I said, just reading the Quran does not make sense. I want to see its meanings, though I have done previously the whole Quran, gone through it and looked at the meanings of it. But you can't remember everything because we are not good in Arabic. So this time I decided that I read 10 ayats in the morning, look at its meanings, ponder over it, if need be, go to the commentary, and then in the evening again, 10 ayats with the translation and sometimes with the commentary. And really, it brings great joy. I'm telling you, you feel sukoon in your heart. تطمئن القلوب. You feel solace in your heart. Tranquility. So, I request all of you not to leave this book. A recommendation is there that whilst going to sleep, before going to sleep, read at least 10 ayats. If you can't read 10 ayats, read 5 ayats. If not 5, just open the Quran and look at the Arabic words and close the Quran and just go to sleep. This is the recommendation. And you will see the benefit of it. Now, some few months back, I had given a lecture here on health. And I gave some tips on health. But there's some points that I had forgotten because I got into some other things on that day when I was giving this lecture. So the thing is that the Prophet ﷺ said not to overeat. And what happens when you overeat? When a person overeats, his heart becomes hardened. And once his heart becomes hardened, he does not have pity anymore. He cannot contemplate because his heart is hardened. He has overeaten. So it is not recommended to overeat. Then I said that exercise is very important in your life. Somehow, something you have to do. You can't just sit, eat, work and sit, and most of the time we use cars. You can't do this. You have to move your body. You have to walk. or you have to do some exercises, something or the other in a day you must do, and you don't tell me that you don't have time, then I know it's a lie. It's a lie. Don't tell me there is no time. You can get time for your health, for your own benefit. You tell me that you don't get time. No, I don't believe in this. You have to find time. You have to leave something else and have time to do these exercises, which is extremely important. I smoke, I get heart attack, and then I blame Allah and say, heart attack, Allah. Why? It's not Allah, it's you yourself. Ma asabaka min hasanatin fa min Allah, wa ma asabaka min sayyi'atin fa min nafsik. Whatever good comes to you comes from Allah, and whatever bad comes to you is from your nafs. Don't blame anybody. It is you who have done this and that you have got it. So exercise is very important. Number 3 is the diet planning. That you need to put your diet in order. Mustafa, I remember that he always used to tell me that he is a vegetarian. His sons will. He was a vegetarian. He never used to eat meat. He was healthy till the end. I know. Because always we used to meet here and we used to talk. As we are going home, we used to talk till the end there, and then he used to go this way. A great person. So he was a vegetarian. I advise, I'm not a dietitian or I'm not a doctor, but I have read that the best thing is to eat greens and fruit reasonably, because fruits have got fructose also. But greens, you can eat a lot. Dress your salads and eat as much as you want. On Eid day, my daughter called me and said, Papa, you must have eaten biryani today. I said, when your father has eaten biryani? What did you have? I said, I had sweet potatoes and I had salads. My God. One day you can't leave these things. I said, you want me to be healthy, to remain healthy? This is what I want. But sometimes, the wife forces you, and then to please her also you have to take a little, and then you eat it. To please her. That little is okay, but I tell her that I'm eating this today, I will have to do another 2,000 steps to get it out from my body. So this was the diet planning, and very important thing is early to bed and early to rise. This is very important. We have our niyaz here. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that we are having our niyaz at 9:30. Sometimes go to 10 o'clock. It's disaster. Let me tell you. I'll talk the fact here. I know many of them will not like it. But I'll talk the fact and tell you that it is disaster, because you eat at 9:30, by the time you reach home is 10:30. You need 2.5 hours for digestion to take place. Ask the doctors that without digestion you go and sleep, what happens to you? And then you come with all sorts of sicknesses. So you have to sleep early and rise early. Eat early. Sleep early. And the advantages of sleeping early is tremendous. Because you wake up early, you are fresh, you have slept 6 to 7 hours, you are fresh, and you start your work, your brain is working. And the most important thing that when you wake up early is you can pray Salatul Layl. That is the beauty. So all these things, the small advice that I wanted to make is on water this time, just to add a little. On water, I've got 1 minute now. That drink water after your meals, half an hour after your meals. Or drink water 1 hour or half an hour before your meals. It's very important, otherwise your stomach problems out. When you go to take a bath, first take a glass of water so that your pressure lowers down. What happens when we go to bath, and most of the strokes have come in the bathroom. What happens is when we go and put our head straight in the shower, the pressure rises and goes to the head like a supersonic rocket, and it can burst your nerves. So it's most recommended to drink water. Start with your legs, then your hands, then your body, and finally, lastly, you put your head so that your body now is used to the temperature. So drink water, and then drink water at night before you go to sleep. 1 glass of water at night before you go to sleep. All these are health benefits that's very, very important to follow. I think so my time is over. I have 21 minutes. Apology for 1 minute extra that I have taken. وآخر الدعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم.